Hi there, welcome to Kapow WoW Art. Today we're going to look at drawing 3D shapes, okay? Very simple. The reason being is it's very important to do it in many ways, really. If you're making cards, doing art in school, drawing things in lessons, or just doing fun art. Also, Dankoi in my class has been asking many times to draw, can I show how to draw 3D shapes? So this is the way how I do it. When you get really good, you won't need to do all the workings out which I show you today. After quite a few times, you'll be able to do it without using any workings out. So let's have a look. So what we're going to do, let's draw a square first. Okay, now a square is obviously, let's do it a bit more central. So a square is obviously, all the sides are the same length. So let's do 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Okay, like that. Okay, make sure it is as well, like that. All right, so now let's zoom in. Okay, so we're going to zoom in on them. Okay, right, now let's say you want to do a cube. Okay, now you could do a cuboid if you want, it doesn't really matter, but we're going to do a cube. Okay, let's start with this side. So I want my 3D shape to go out this way. Okay, so therefore I'm going to look at this side. So, and what's really good is not only when drawing 3D shapes is it just art, it's actually mathematical as well. So there is angles, parallel lines, many things you will be learning and using every time you do it. So let's have a look. So what you need to do, this corner, draw very lightly because we can use our rubber over there. I'm going to draw these lines now, so make sure that we go off these lines like that. Okay, now the next thing what we need to do is draw a line exactly halfway there. Okay, now if you've got a protractor, that is better. I'm going to have a look there, so that looks halfway to me, so there you go, boom, like that. Now you can we're going to draw that lightly, and then we can go over that with a pen later. Okay, so now my 3D shape is going to go out this way, the sides. Let's do the other side, so down here. Now what you want to do is because it's a cube, we need to have it the same. So this is 3 centimeters, so this has to be 3 centimeters. Okay, now excellent. Now what I'm going to do this side. Now to do this side, you get the ruler. This line here has to be parallel. Okay, now if you look at here, if we draw this line, and what we've created here is a right angle, here's a right angle here, 90 degrees, and that's a right angle. So what we're trying to do is trying to create a 45-degree angle, because that's half of that. But what we need to make sure, and in case we haven't, is make sure that this line is parallel to that line. Like if we do it like that, that is not parallel. You could do it like that, but then it wouldn't be a cube. Okay, so what we need to do is make sure that this side is going to meet, so that's not parallel, that is still not parallel. So keep going until you believe like about there, and there we go, boom. Right, now remember what we said, it was 3 centimeters. Let's double check. So we had 3 centimeters here, so let's do 3 centimeters there, like that. Okay, now what do we need to do next? Well, what we need to do next is we need to join this end with that end, and again it looks at parallel lines. Okay, so here we go. So what we want, this side here, we want parallel to this side. So even if you join it up like that, and that should be perfect, it is. Okay, now if that was like that, that is not parallel. This line here is going to meet this line, so this one definitely looks parallel. So we do it like that, okay? And there we have it, okay? So now let's have a look and double check, okay? So if we have a look there, we've got 3 centimeters there, 3 centimeters there, 3 centimeters there, okay? Let's do this one. So what we need to do this one. So again, draw that line up. So we want to create a 90-degree angle, a right angle here, a perpendicular. So again, what we want to do is draw that about halfway. So do your little line first, like that. That's about, now half of 90 degrees is 45 degrees. Now again, because this line is parallel to this, we've got to make sure that it is. That wouldn't be. So make sure you keep moving until you believe it is. So look at, this is why it's good to do your workings out. Then we do it lightly like that. Okay, now, and that's all what you do. And again, to make sure that it's equal, this is 3 centimeters. So this has to be 3 centimeters. So we're making sure. Now what we need to do, this side, it has to be parallel to this side. So again, if I made a mistake, that is not parallel. Okay, so make sure that it is, and that measurement should be correct. Right, so there we have that. Okay, now we could make it, if we wanted to make for it look like we can look through it like glass, we would then circle this one, and again 90 degrees perpendicular here, so it's like a maths and an art lesson, this one today. We need to draw our line halfway through. Okay, so again, draw that line halfway through like that. Okay, and then continue that. Now we know what this has to have, how many centimeters. Remember, 3 centimeters. It's a cube. Okay, so 3 centimeters there. Okay, and that's what you do. Now you can do many ways. We could do it going across here first, or that way. It doesn't really matter. So let's do this one. Okay, so that is 3 centimeters. Let's see this, 3 centimeters. So we need to get this to join there, but we need to make sure it's parallel. Now if I do it like that, that looks parallel. Excellent. Okay, so it's making sure that this parallel line is parallel line to that. And this is why 3D drawing isn't just art, it's actually mathematical. So if you're good at maths, you're going to be very good at 3D shapes. Maybe you might not be good at art, 3D shapes, but art can make you better at 3D shapes. So obviously what we need to do is join this one, because we haven't joined this one. Okay, so now what we need to do is again look at those parallel sides. So you could compare it to this side, because this side is parallel to this side, which will be parallel to this side and that one. Okay, so let's try and draw that line in there. Okay, so we can look at this line, because that wouldn't be parallel. Okay, and this one, and if we do it like that, and there we have. Okay, and it's really good. Like, that's a really good way of doing 3D shapes. Okay, now you can do it with many other things as well. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to quickly see if we can do possibly like a letter. Okay, so again, using rulers. Have fun with this. You can make different shapes, but try and use that ruler. So let's see if we can do the letter T. Okay, so I'm going to do the letter T. And what I'm going to do is use my ruler actually. So here we go. So I'm going to just do it a little bit quicker, like this. Okay. And then do a really small one. Go down like that. Just have fun. Like I say, it doesn't really matter. And try and do that rule of using the rulers, okay? And then what we want, it's about the same way. So again, that is inches. So if you look at that there, yeah, inches. We don't want inches, we want centimeters. Okay, so that is about, how much is that? Yeah, well, just under 4 centimeters. And this is how, if you want to do good drawing, or definitely graphics, this is like graphics, and graphics is where it's like an architect kind of drawing. I know Duckwan's really good in my class at this. So again, you draw it like that. It doesn't matter, because we're just drawing plans today. So there we go. Now, if I want to really, let's close that down. So again, this is the joys of pencil. You can rub it out, okay? There we go. Okay. And let's draw that. I want a sharp edge. Yeah, okay. So again, a T. So let's say we're drawing a building. This could be a building or a flat or apartments. I want mine to go out there to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this one. So let's do this one. So again, what you want to do is draw it off. That now this is a perpendicular right angle, 90 degrees. Let's try and draw a little line first, which is about halfway. Okay, now how long do you want it? I'm going to do mine not too long. Ooh, maybe. Let's see. Let's do it about If I do it too long, we're not going to see where it ends, and we want to go before. So let's do, I'm going to say 2 centimeters. Okay, now 2 centimeters. Now to make that, again, look at parallel. So this now is parallel, that is parallel to that, and that's parallel. So these are parallel lines. So I need to make sure when I draw this line, it's the same distance apart, okay? Because if I again do that, that is not parallel, okay? So I want to keep going, and that looks good enough to me. Right, there we go. So I've done one of the sections. So what we're going to, let's try and do, I'm going to do this one. So let's do the bottom one. And again, do this lightly. The more you do this, the easier it is. It really is. Mr. Chris, I used to do this and now I can do it without, but keep doing it, okay? So what you want to do, again, draw that 45 degree. This is a perpendicular right angle now, 90 degrees. If we draw, if you have a protractor, excellent, and I will show how to use the protractor in the week. And we just go, now, it depends how long you want this to be, this end, okay? And let's do the same to this. Now, again, what we want to do is make sure that this line is parallel to this line, okay? So no. Now you could do it like that if you wanted. Yeah, you could do it like that if you wanted and join them up, okay? So again, I'm just making sure, no, yes. And if you really are not sure, you can actually measure it as well. So if you, I know people who are very precious about 3 centimeters. Yeah, that's about right. So now I've got my sides, okay, like that. And it depends how long I want it. I could do it longer. I could do it the same as this. So how many centimeters was that? 2 centimeters. So I could do it the same. I might do it a bit longer because I might be designing some flats. So let's go 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters. Now, what you want to do is, and let's keep that there so we can see it all, is we want this line to be parallel to this one. So again, you want to be looking at this as well as this, because if I again do like that, that is not good enough, okay? So you want to be using your measurements but also that parallel line guide, okay? And now that is a perfect guide. See that? And let's have a look. So now we need to do this side, okay? So again, and you can rub all these markings out and work it out later. So we now make sure we've got this perpendicular right angle. So draw that imaginary line where it's halfway between, then continue it with that ruler. Now again, this line is parallel to this line, so I'm going to draw my maths marking now. That's parallel and that's parallel, so we need to make sure that it's parallel. Now it's very hard because it's further away, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to just do it a bit like that, okay? Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that this is parallel to that now. Okay, so what we can do is just have a look and make sure it's parallel. Now you could actually measure it as well. So let's have that. So 6 centimeters, we want this to be 6 centimeters. Okay, now, okay, and now that hasn't worked and I don't know why. So if that doesn't happen, let's see. So that isn't, yes. Why is it? See, now if we join that like that, there we go, that's better, but that isn't straight there, okay? See, so you've got to be very careful. Now what you want to do is, if that happens, make sure that this is parallel like that, and this is where protractor does really work, okay? And then make sure it goes down like that, and then you can rub this out. So keep playing with it, okay? Like I say, I made a mistake, that's good. Mistakes is how we learn, okay? I'd rather make a mistake so I can learn from it. So try and do things like that, okay? So try, if you can, have a play around of different shapes. Now I will do, if you want me to do easier ones, let me know. But you can do it with a very easy, you can do it letters, okay? And then I will have a look at another one. So try and have a look at this, and I will try and post some other ones as well. So thank you for watching Kapow WoW Art, a very mathematical art today. Thank you for watching Kapow WoW Art 3D shapes.